Greetings, and again, welcome. It's January of 2022, and I just want to do this video real quick, just to kind of recap on the hunting season from 2021. Now, as some of you have seen or may not have seen, especially on the Instagram page for Wisconsin Spirit of the Wild hunting team, and my personal Facebook page. We had a lot of great excitement for 2021. We really did. We saw a lot. We had a lot of great action going on. Um, as as it will happen, and I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We did have, quite a bit of failure, but we had a lot of great success to help keep the momentum going, and a lot of great excitement to help build the momentum and just keep pushing us forward. Unfortunately, the season came to a close on a really rough end for just about everybody with the Wisconsin Spirit of the Wild hunting team. We had a lot of issues, a lot of malfunctions, especially during the hunting season. But just to kind of recap, and yes, as you can see, I do have the center point Sniper Elite hanging up right there behind me. Right behind it is another crossbow that my girlfriend and future wife acquired for a birthday and Christmas present from my father. And then a Hoyt compound bow right there behind. Obviously, I'm sporting my Realtree Edge hat. So, going back and starting off with opening morning of bow season, we had a fantastic run. We saw a lot of deer, just none that came within good range of shooting. That following week, the second weekend in our opening season, I shot a nice size doe on public land with the center point Sniper Elite 385. Clean kill. Wasn't one of my greatest kills or my most. It was memorable. I mean, I shot a deer the second weekend into the season after being told that deer would not move because it was too windy and too warm. Well, I surprised everybody by coming home with a good-sized doe. So that proved everybody wrong. Later on in the season, my best friend shot her first deer. Now, mind you, she's my best friend. I've known since high school, and the first 2 years, she would come out and watch bow hunting. She would come out and watch me and my dad hunt. And it wasn't until just about the middle of gun season or the starting of gun season, that she actually graduated from hunter safety for the first time. 2021 was her first actual official deer season as a legitimate Wisconsin deer hunter. She surprised me and my dad, who was out with us that morning, by shooting her first deer ever, which just happened to be a small buck. We watched. We were sitting down, and she called to me as I'm dozing off, and I'm not even kidding. I was actually about ready to fall asleep because I was so tired and bored. And she calls my name a couple times, and she tells me there's a deer behind us. She can't tell if it's buck or doe, but there's a deer behind us. I turned and watched as this thing jumped the creek behind us and walked within 7 feet from where we were sitting. Well, she made a clean kill using the center point Sniper Elite after having a malfunction the morning that her bowstring had snapped on her crossbow, which was the Barnett Whitetail Hunter. It's either the STR or the SRT model, but the string snapped. So we continued on with our hunting season. We saw a lot more. Nothing really transpired the rest of the bow season. Gun season, we had some great action. I took a shot at one. I took a shot at two of them with a muzzle loader. We had blood. We found blood. We tracked deer, but we were unsuccessful in the recovery due to one blood trail that we followed just after about 40, 50, 60 yards of following blood, it just stopped, and then it picked back up again. I can't even remember where, but it picked back up again, but we couldn't find anything. The first deer that I took a shot at using the muzzle loader, we tracked her for quite a distance. She ran. We had good blood all the way, pinpricks here and there, pools everywhere. We found pieces of rib bone shrapnel that she had pushed out from the wound, and we followed her, but unfortunately, again, we were unsuccessful in the recovery, just because she ran off onto somebody else, onto private property, and without being able to successfully locate and communicate the situation to the landowners, we decided to pull back from further tracking the animal, to ensure a humane kill could be made, and we let her go. It's out of respect for the owners of the property and the ethics of hunting that without being able to locate and talk to the landowners, we did what we felt was responsible as hunters should be, to just back off the tracking. I had several people telling me just go and get it, go find it, that I was an unethical hunter for choosing the responsible route to not step foot onto private property while hunting, because it is trespassing. I would have been had to have dealt with, severe consequences for doing so, especially during the hunting season. So, we saw a lot of action throughout the rest of the season. We saw a lot of good bucks. The team had plenty of opportunities. Obviously, there were some issues, but again, hunting public land, it is expected that other hunters are going to be out there shooting and, taking shots at deer, which is going to scare deer and possibly even ruin your hunt. But it is Wisconsin, and it's one of the things that us hunters who hunt on public land have to deal with. And honestly, I don't complain really about it. It's the fact that I get to go out and the fact that I got to go out last year and deer hunt at all was excitement enough to keep me going for hunting. Getting a deer as early as I did in the bow season, especially with my crossbow here for the first time that it's been out in the field, and it performed exceptionally well. We took the opportunity. We got discouraged a few times, but we pushed through it with everything that we had. Again, 2021, it was a great season. It really was, and I'm looking forward to an even better 2022. And I'll tell you why. Is for a lot of you that don't know, is I'm actually in the process of starting up my own business. It is Precision Archery Outpost, located here in Wisconsin. And one of the things that I am striving for in my goals is, as a business owner, is to provide customers with a more traditional method of service for archery and all that apply to that word archery. From equipment repair, gear repair, deer hide tanning and processing, meat processing, and my business is also looking into the manufacture and production of 2 new types of products for our hunting lineup. One of them being a broadhead, the other one being a new form of natural feed, deer feed pellets. I'm not going to go into depth about it because, again, as a business owner, I don't need somebody trying to take my ideas and make them their own. But the business aspect of everything is actually going very, very well. I've got plenty of people supporting me in the business. I've got people reaching out to me wanting to take on extra work for me. I have 2 different business proposals right now out for a few for a few people in a couple different areas, two locations here in Wisconsin, and one being down in South Carolina, as well as my main base of operation, which is where I will be working pretty much by myself or with somebody else. But the fact is, and the short term of everything is, just getting everything ready to go. Long term goal wise, and this is the big thing. 25 years from now, and my goal is for 25 years, is my shop and my business being fully up and running with a few different locations set up to help customers and the convenience of customers in their travel, as well as different locations out of state, possibly. But 25 years, I am looking at acquiring at least 40 to 50 acres of good land. On this land will be my own personal home and residence for myself and my family, on a good half-acre property lot for just the house and yard. The shop and the office shop will be at that location, as well as the main indoor art and outdoor archery ranges, as well as private land for the general public to use and hunt on, providing that they provide the proper information needed, and as well as fill out an order form of that they are utilizing my services in my land. The reason why I'm going with the general public is there's a lot of families that I've seen, especially on Facebook, that are struggling to find good land that they and their kids can hunt on. And as a public land hunter, it's very difficult at times to locate good land and with a good hardy deer herd. Well, I'm looking to try and provide that on the land that's huntable and accessible for hunting. There would be a couple campsites where customers can lodge or camp out traditionally, own campfire pit and everything else. But that's 25 years from now. Right now, we're in the here and the now. I've got business goals lined up. I've got everything drawn up. I've got to modify some things on the paperwork now, as well as on my digital copy. But putting it out there as a business owner, and a lot of people are going to disagree with this, and that's okay, is I do reserve the right to refuse anybody my services without notification and without any legal ramifications to follow. Only because if I feel as though there's something off or distasteful, I have the right to refuse that service, especially if somebody's drunk or under the influence of anything, or acting kind of suspicious in my eye. I also do want to let any future customers know that my office will be equipped with 2 running security cameras. All customers will and must provide a valid and up-to-date state ID, an up-to-date and valid hunting registration, their registration number of the animal hide. So basically, summing it up, if you come to me with a deer hide, I want to see that this is an actual legal harvest through the state of Wisconsin or any other various locations, just to make sure that I have all the proper up-to-date information, as well as an emergency contact for notifications when orders are complete, and as well as a valid and up-to-date email address. This way I cover all bases for legality, and like I said, as a business owner, I've got to cover my own. So alongside with all that, I do have a lot of paperwork I've got to finish figuring out and filing. But other than that, Precision Archery Outpost, I am hoping to be one of the first lines of businesses in this field to provide the services that I will be providing. Meat markets are a separate department in their own. Archery shops or outdoor shops, Holiday Food and Sport here in Ripon, Dutch's Outpost over in Fond du Lac, Critters in Winneconne and other locations, Fleet Farm, Cabela's, all of them. They've all got their separate thing that they do. Retail stores, meat processing, indoor ranges, that's all fine. My goal to combine it all. I'm looking to combine it all, but strictly based around archery and bow hunting and all that apply in that field. Because I want to see more people get into bow hunting. I want to see more people getting into archery because it's fun. You learn more from hunting and develop more necessary skills in life through hunting, in my view and in my opinion, than you do anywhere else. Really, you learn discipline, you learn patience. You really have to learn how to control your body when the adrenaline starts pumping, your emotions, your mindset, everything. There's a lot that goes behind archery. And over the next few months, Wisconsin Spirit of the Wild team will be meeting up once a month for 1 episode a month basis right now, where we will be diving into those step-by-steps, the step-by-step process in preparing how to get yourself ready for hunting, getting yourself in shape. Everything that I've been taught, we will be covering and going over, as well as trying to provide you with more, as a hunting channel, try to provide you with more and more hunting videos than what we have. Again, I don't have a professional crew. I don't have people following me out into the woods with cameras recording me. I don't haul out a whole lot of gear. And the reason why I don't haul out a whole lot of gear is because even the late Fred Bear said, you only take with you what is necessary enough for you to sit longer and hunt harder. Well, you don't want to carry a bunch of gear in and have to turn around and haul it out, as well as getting an animal. It's a lot of work. Yes, and a lot of work goes into a business. It goes into these hunting channels. I understand that and I get that. But the more comfortable I am out hunting, the better I hunt and the better I perform. So I want my gear to be manageable enough and set up enough properly where I can provide the great outdoors from public hunting here in Wisconsin for all to see, for all to learn from. And again, a lot of people are probably wondering, well, why are you doing this? I mean, everybody else does this, and you know, what chances do I have? Well, my chances are just about as good as yours. I'm chasing a dream. My dream was always to own and operate my own business. And now the fact that I've got that opportunity, much like you do, you've got the same opportunities as I do. I'm taking my dream of owning a small business and I'm combining it with the lifestyle and the love of hunting that I have because of my family, because of what I've seen. Ted Nugent, Jackie Bushman and the Buckmasters team, Bill Jordan and Team Realtree Outdoors, Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop, Night and Hail Hunting, my dad, my grandfathers, my ancestors, Native Americans, from generations past, Cherokee, Sioux, Lakota, the Apache, all of it. Hunting is in my blood. It's what our forefathers did to make a living, whether we want to accept it or not. It's in the Bible. It's been part of living on this planet for generations and centuries, and it will continue to happen, and there's no stopping it. And it's perfect. It is the circle of life the way it should be. Prey, predator versus prey. To test your skills, can you get this animal to come in close enough to almost reach out and touch it? Can you bring it in close enough to make that perfect lethal kill? With all of that, I am really looking for an exciting 2022. I really am. And one of the things I'm looking forward to is the fact I've got a lot of business partners, a lot of people lining up wanting to be business partners. I've got a lot of people already offering work to me. So again, I said this on my Instagram page and I'll say it one more time. I am offering a one-time deal to the Nuge, the Whackmaster, Ted Nugent himself. If you're seeing this, come find me. And here's why. I personally invite you to bring me a fur-bearing animal. Impala ram, could be a kudu, could be a bear, elk, moose, white-tailed deer, black-tailed deer, mule deer, access deer, fallow buck, however you want to pronounce it. It could be a Texas hillside country barbecue jalapeno taco butterball. Bring me an animal hide. I will tan it using my methods that I use. And I want to compare it to hides that you have done and have had done in the past and compare it to mine. Again, I'm not a professional. I am not going to claim to be a professional. I'm not going to claim to be an expert because there's always something new to be learned. But Mr. Nugent, again, if you're watching this, white-tailed deer, moose, elk, bear, impala, squirrel, fox, coon, rat, coyote, wolf, fur-bearing animal. I will use my methods and I will not charge. Free of charge. So if anybody really wants to keep in touch, like and subscribe. Stay in the here and the now and watch as I make my dream and my reality come true. For you, for all of us bow hunters. As Wisconsin Spirit of the Wild team proudly presents the foundation and the starting of Precision Archery Outpost. Both, obviously, I'm going to be obviously both are combined. Both are going to be promoting the other. My business is going to promote my hunting channel. My hunting channel is going to promote business by word of mouth and advertising. So stay tuned. Get ready. Get in, sit down, buckle up. Because here comes the successes, the fails, everything else to come with. As I bring to you traditional means of hunting via YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Stay tuned. Thanks for your support, you guys. I really greatly appreciate it. I just want to give a huge thank to all of you, all my subscribers, everybody following me on Instagram, everybody on Facebook who's been supporting my business from the very start of the mention. I want to thank you all, greatly thank you all for all the love and support that you have given. Stay tuned because we are going to have fun, and as the name suggests, it is going to be wild. And it's so wild right now, I can't even believe what is going on. So stay tuned. I'm excited. And I want you to be excited too. Because ready or not, we're starting. We got all the plans ready. Here we go.